Hello and welcome. I'm Urvashi Brahmi and now the news in details. India's maiden Mars mission, Mangalyan, was launched successfully by ISRO from the Satish Dhawan space station at Sriharikota and placed in Earth's orbit yesterday. It is the beginning of its 300-day-long journey to Mars. By September next year, it is expected to enter the Martian orbit to study the red planet's atmosphere, map its surface and mineral wealth, look for traces of water and signs of whether life ever existed there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1, 2.
At 2:38 p.m. on Tuesday, amidst bated breath and watchful eyes, India made a giant leap in its space program. ISRO's trusted warhorse, PSLV C-25, lifted off Mangalyan from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The orbiter was successfully put into elliptical Earth parking orbit, where it will stay until the 1st of December before pressing on a further 40 crore kilometer long voyage to the red planet.
Extremely happy to announce that the PSLV C-25 vehicle has placed the Mars orbiter spacecraft very precisely into an elliptical orbit around Earth. This is the 25th flight of our PSLV, and it has been
primary deployment over.
It has been a new and complex mission design to ensure that we would be able to move the Mars orbiter spacecraft from the orbit of Earth to the orbit of Mars with minimum energy.
It is a joyous moment for all of us. The world was expecting that what is going to happen. Will India succeed? We have proved it, the scientists have proved it. I wholeheartedly congratulate all the scientists for the successful Mars mission.
Once the spacecraft reaches Martian orbit, ISRO would reduce the velocity so that it is captured by the orbit and does not fly past Mars. The spacecraft is expected to reach Mars orbit by September 2014. With the liftoff, India is joining the elite league of countries like the US, Russia and Europe to undertake a successful Mars mission. If successful, it will also make India the only Asian country to reach Mars. Mangalyan is expected to send enormous amount of data about the surface and atmosphere of the red planet to the Deep Space Communications Facility at Bayalalu in Karnataka. Mangalyan is the most cost-effective Mars mission so far, just $70 million or 450 crore rupees, as against $2.5 billion Curiosity mission by NASA. Only 21 out of a total 51 missions to Mars by these 5 countries have been successful. Mission Mars is also full of beautiful coincidences. The launch happened on Mangalwar, the day of Mars. It also marks the silver jubilee flight of ISRO's most trusted launch vehicle, the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle.
Earth's immediate neighbor Mars was shrouded with mystery and friction. However, Mars, although was out of the orbit of Earth, is now connected to Earth through this Mars orbiter. Very soon, the ISRO scientists will establish the navigation from this Mars orbiter and connect it to the deep navigation centers at Bangalore. ISRO's aim to connect to Mars seems to have reached a successful level, and ISRO is now looking forward to see how the payloads work in this Martian atmosphere once this reaches Mars in 300 days. With Jai Singh, Aisha Khanam, DD News, Sriharikota.
ISRO has set new benchmarks in indigenization and frugality in what is an extremely ambitious mission to the red planet. Here is a look at the mission objectives of ISRO's Mars orbiter.
40 crore kilometers is a long way to travel in space. In fact, it is one of the longest distances in space that mankind has ever attempted to traverse. And ISRO scientists have set out today to go where few have gone before. Among the mission objectives of India's mission to Mars are design and realization of a Mars orbiter with the capability to survive and perform Earth-bound maneuvers. This orbiter would have a cruise phase of 300 days, be capable of Mars orbit insertion and capture, and be able to sustain an on-orbit phase around the red planet. To support the Mars mission, technology had to be developed in crucial support areas like deep space communication, deep space navigation, mission planning and management, and the ISRO team also had to incorporate autonomous features to handle contingency situations. But all of this was only to get the Mars orbiter all the way from the Earth's surface and into a stable orbit around the red planet. Only once there would the real scientific objectives begin, such as exploration of Mars' surface features, exploration of the planet's morphology and mineralogy, assessment of the Martian atmosphere by indigenous scientific instruments, and hopefully getting closer to answering the question of whether life existed on Mars.
A comment from some friends of mine saying that I don't understand why Indians are shouting about the 500 crores or 450 crores spent on this. It's certainly the biggest day for the whole of India, which India can be proud of. And these Indians have no difficulty in spending 10 times that, 5,000 crores in Diwali crackers in one day, which don't get up more than 10 feet. But for going all the way to Mars, at 1/10 the cost, why are they shouting? I thought it was a very nice statement to make.
And at just about 450 crore rupees, ISRO has set yet another benchmark for the entire world, showing how indigenization and frugality can get you a long, long way even across space. Bureau Report, DD News.